Hello and welcome to tonight's session. As we all know, this is going to be a business presentation. So a few meeting etiquettes, please put your videos on and your microphones on mute, as it's going to be a session wherein you'll get a lot of details about how to make passive income. And myself, I'm Monica Sharma, and I am a proud business owner in this business. And I'm very proud to be coached and mentored by awesome presenters tonight, Siddharth and Ruplekha Ganguly. Just a few words about them, although it's just going to be showing light to the sun. So they came to Canada just like us about 30 years back, 30 odd years back. And believe it or not, Ruplekha, she's an MPhil in environmental engineering, and Siddharth is a chartered professional accountant. And both of them were able to retire from their jobs because of this business opportunity, because they had big dreams like all of us over here. And today they are actually mentoring thousands of people all across the globe to realize their dreams, to make their dreams come true. And I am one of their followers. I am proud to be their follower because I also have big dreams like everyone over here. So I would hand over the mic to Ruplekha and Siddharth Ganguly. Please join us.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone. I can see smiley faces around, and that really excites me. And how was the Thanksgiving for all of you guys? You know, I love this season where, I always go up north for a drive this season because I love the colors. You know, that is who I am. You know, I love cheerful things. How about you? How many of you guys love cheerful things? And how many of you guys like drabby things, which, just brings you down? Right. But of course, there has to be balance of both, because if there is no negative, there is no positive, and vice versa. But it's the thoughts we choose on a day-to-day basis. Am I right? When you get up in the morning and when you jump out of bed, what is the thought you have? You know, is the winner in you or the loser in you? It's waking up. Anyways, I was just having a fight with my husband just now, and I was like, you know what? There has been a research done that women, they talk 30,000 words a day, and men talk 10,000 words a day. And Sid was like, see, this is why I say that women talk too much. And I was like, yeah, you're right, because whatever we say, we have to repeat it at least twice or thrice for you guys to understand. And that makes it 3 times the words to speak. I can see all the women, just rejoicing and understanding what I'm talking about. And if you gals are single, or if you're single guys on this platform, be prepared. Okay, so be prepared, because we have fun all the time. And of course, my name is Ruplekha, and thank you so much, Monica, for introducing me to this platform. I'm totally excited and grateful to share my feelings, my thoughts, and my experience on this platform. Well, my journey started about 21 years back in this country. And of course, fresh off the boat, I just remember it like yesterday. My husband actually came here before, and we were actually engaged to get married. And I came in here after 6 months of his arrival, approximately, a little bit more than that. And when I came here with so many aspirations and so many dreams, because I was just doing my MPhil in environmental engineering when I got married. And I got lots of aspiration with regards to, oh my goodness, I'm going to the north. And north is like the developed country, right? And I'm from India, and that is like, not so much developed in the field of environmental sciences, where, my actually forte was. And all my dreams, was to climb the corporate ladder and find my niche and just go on from there, because that is what I have learned from my childhood, right? Belonging to a typical middle class background, my dad was an engineer from Indian Institute of Technology. And if you guys know, it is actually an affiliate of MIT. And, and he was all about academics, and that's what he taught us. And my mom was a typical simple housewife, and a typical middle class family back home, and a lot of value systems, a lot of teachings, and a thought process that all you have to do is just study, study, study in order to get the best of the job as per your potential, and just enjoy the rest of your life, working for somebody else. But little did I know that Lady Luck had different things in mind for me, and Lady Luck was smiling, when I was thinking all that. Anyways, all good. Okay, this is not a sob story. This is a story which I really love to talk about. Awesome, Ansa. And when I came into this country, my husband was already involved in a business opportunity, which was a part-time venture, along with what he was doing right then. He's a chartered accountant by profession and used to be working as one in a company at that point of time. And as I told you, I'm an environmental engineer, and I was looking out for a job and found a job in my own field with God's grace. And a lot of you guys are here, new migrants, you're saying, wow, that is such a blessing. Even I thought the same thing. Wow, I've got the job, and huffing, puffing. A lot of us do that, right? We come with a lot of, growth mindset, and we're just like sprinting, right? And as soon as we touch the ground in Canada, whew, all our energy is gone. So whatever we get, that's all it is. That's the end. And somehow we lose the edge, and we lose the purpose, what we came here for, right? Anyways, the same thing happened to me, but little did I realize that, Lady Luck had a beautiful thing in store for me, and which was this business concept. Now, when I worked a little bit in this country, I realized, and of course, when I was talking to a lot of people around, you talk, obviously, man is a social animal, and man has to talk, man has to socialize, a man has to interact. And I realized that in this country, higher you go in terms of your salary, higher the taxes you need to pay. And that came as a rude awakening. And, my salary was XYZ, and I was really loving it. But when I got my first paycheck, I just, I just got a rude awakening, as if got out of my slumber. And of course, my husband was already in this business, and I decided to join him in that venture and see what it had in store for me. Now, I understood that I did not carry any skill sets, because I came into this business crying and complaining. Let me tell you that, because I had no ambition. All right. As I told you, all the ambition I had was just to climb the corporate ladder, and there my ambition just got stuck at that point. And all I needed was, just enough to eat, a ceiling on top of my head, and just being peaceful, and I never had many friends whatsoever. All I had is my sister. She was the only friend I had. And herein, comes a business opportunity wherein I had to interact with people, and I had to acquire certain new skill sets. And it really didn't make sense to me in the beginning, because I said that, all right, with God's grace, both of us are doing well. You've got a paycheck, I got a paycheck, and we can go by. But then after we, came to these similar meetings, we understood we had a paradigm shift in the way we would think. Okay, the mindset shift, in the sense that we understood that it was very, very simple for us to understand. We would just take a time machine. That's what our mentor told us. And that's exactly what this business is all about. There is a mentorship program. You're not alone, and mentors would hold your hand and guide you through. And that's what happened to us as well. So when I recently, got the entry in the business, my mentors told me that, okay, just take a time machine and go forward 10 to 15 years. Do you like the life you see in there for you, continuing what you're doing right now? And that was a question nobody had ever asked me, because I was just like a robot, a very, very cool, collected, composed, and, very, happy-go-lucky. That's what I was, getting up in the morning at the right time, at some chores, some routine. And when my mentor gave me that homework to do, so I then started to observe people around. I observed the lifestyle of my CEOs, my CEOs, my supervisors, my managers, and I thought, all right. And I literally observed them for a week or so, and I did not see any smile on their face. Okay. And when I spoke around a little bit, I realized that, they had huge house and 2 luxurious cars, but guess who owned them? The bank owned them. All right. And not only that, when I again found out that they did not have any time for their kids, they did not, and that's why they would always look forward to the weekend to come about, right? and they did not have any time to speak to each other as husband and wife. I said, what kind of life is that? We just live once. Right? How many times do we live? Just once. And that's when I realized that, this is definitely not the life I want for me and my coming family, because obviously we were newly married, we didn't have kids then. But keeping the end in mind, that's what our mentors taught us, that it is not necessarily the process, are you loving the process, but you loving the outcome through the process. That means loving the life you would love to lead if you follow the process and if you go through the steps of the business. And that really hit me like a ton of bricks. I say, yeah, that makes sense. If I have to change a little bit in order to get what I want in this life, why not? All right. So that is when I realized that, the change is so beautiful. So it's just 1% incremental change. You don't have to go through a whole 180-degree change, but you just have to be 1% better than who you were yesterday. You're not competing with anyone. And then, the syllabi was all there in front of us, right? Now, this was a business industry which was in place for the longest time. So we did not have to reinvent the wheel. Everything was in place. All we had to do was just follow our mentors, because our mentors had already gone through the minefield and appeared victorious on the other side. They retired at their early 30s, had a sprawling house by the golf course, 3 little kids, beautiful ones, and they had all the peace in their life. And that's exactly, I said, boom, this is what I want. I want pom pom. That means plenty of money, because, without money, nothing is going to happen. I know a lot of you guys could, philosophize saying money is not that important. Hey, you know what? If you have the money, only then you can give money. Because if your well is all dry, how on earth can you quench other people's thirst? Okay, your well needs to have the water first. And that's all it was. Decided to acquire new skills, decided to understand organizational skills, decided to understand what leadership is all about, decided to understand about the products. And in 2 years' time, I was able to quit my job. Okay, why? Because my part-time income exceeded my full-time. Okay, and I was just 29 years old then. My baby was just born. And when I looked into his eyes, I said, you know what, your mommy really worked hard. Yay. So you know what, your mommy does not have to go to work anymore. You are not going to be with the babysitters. I'm going to take care of you. How many people are excited about that? Okay, no matter wherever you are, whatever you do, everybody would, all the moms and even fathers would love to be with their little ones. Okay, and then of course there's a different story that after 7-8 years from then, when Sid came back home when he was 36 years old, and my boy was 7 years old when both the parents were home. Anyway, so much for my story and my experience about this business. But a lot of you guys are like, all right, get to the point. Enough. Yes, enough. I understand. Let me get to the point. So let me just share the screen and let me just tell you what you guys are all here for. All right. All righty. So this is what it is. So now I would want, because I have talked a lot and I'll have a sip of my tea while I will wait for all the new people here on this platform for this first time, in order to unmute yourself, and you just raise your hand virtually. And how do you raise your hand is, top, bottom. I mean, what am I saying? Bottom left, there is, a reaction button. And when you go through the reaction button, there is an option called raise your hand. And when you do that, the administrator would know to focus on you, and you can just unmute yourself and just say your name and your profession and what makes you attend this session today. All right.
Rup, can you repeat that question for me, please?
I'm just asking all the new people on this platform to introduce yourselves.
Hi, Rup. I'm Marcella.
Yes,
I'm glad to be in IBO.
Awesome. Wonderful, Marcella. Awesome. Amazing.
And I'm excited to get it going on. I'm very pumped up about this.
Awesome.
It sounds surreal, and it's sounding like a great opportunity for me.
Thank you, Marcella. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
Anyone else would want to introduce themselves? All right, I can see Sanjeet here. Hey, Sanjeet.
Hi, yeah, I'm Sanjeev Rana. I'm currently studying supply chain management. So I think this is a very great opportunity. Yeah, so
Awesome,
this,
Sanjeet.
this
You
looks
know,
like a great opportunity to get to know people and to give back to the community. So
amazing. I love the last part. Give back to the community. Yes, you're in the right place. Chris, I can see Chris. Raise your hand. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. Yeah, my name is Chris, and I am in the process of a real life reset, job and income included. And earlier today, I met and was messaging a woman who's here in the orientation this evening, and she invited me to this virtual seminar. And so here I am, just trying to soak up all the information that I can.
Awesome, Chris. And what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
I currently work for a company called Concentrix, and it's a company that outsources its people to other companies. I'm just actually just switched or changed accounts with Concentrix, but we're still on the look for something that I am truly passionate about, finances being one of them. And so that's why I'm excited to be here tonight.
Awesome. Great stuff, Chris. Welcome aboard. Anybody else would want to volunteer? Going once, going twice. Okay, I know. I was shy as well. That's all right. So basically, all of you guys on this platform, you're here to basically keep your eggs in different baskets, so to speak. So that is how we started as well. And I loved what Sanjeet had to say, that definitely, this is a business if it aligns with your value system. If your value system is about giving to the community, then you're in the right place at the right time. And no, I'm not saying that, you are in a nonprofit organization where you don't earn, or you just give, no, we are all here to earn some bucks for ourselves too. But we follow the principle that if we take eyes off us and we focus on other people and we focus on their growth and we empower them, automatically, our growth comes along with it. So it is called paying forward. And I'm sure a lot of you guys learned through the 3 years of harrowing time we had, all right? So we were all forced to stay home, but we learned so many lessons, am I right? And one of them was paying it forward, how important it is to spend time with the family, by yourself, for yourself, all right? So only money without thinking anything, it doesn't matter. In fact, I know a lot of us had a lot of dreams and ambitions, but it is not about your dreams and ambitions, but it is about your ability to maneuver your dreams and ambitions according to the circumstances. That's what a wise person would do. So the calling for the day is digital marketing. Why? Because the whole world is kind of thrown onto digital marketing systems. And that is what we are all about. And I'm going to explain to you further. So mutual trust and transparency. And that's the reason, I called upon a few of you so that, you know that we are real people. We are not robots. You know how you fill up the form at the end, they always make sure you're not a robot, right? Yeah. Here too, I'm doing the same thing. And that is why I'm interacting so that, because the other day what happened is, I sent a link and the person was like, all right, I saw a recording. I said, no, it wasn't a recording. That was me speaking, live. So that is what it is. There is no gimmick. We are all ordinary people. That is why I told you my story. Just me and my husband, just two ordinary people, decided to do something extra on a day-to-day basis. That's all we are. All right. So mutual trust is the most important thing, because trust breaks, everything goes, because it is about creating a loyalty covenant. Okay. So it is like this. It's about a partnership. So you lock hands, with your mentor. who is introducing you in this opportunity. And that means if one of you takes away the hand, the cookie crumbles, the whole partnership crumbles. So that is why it is a two-way traffic. It is a commitment from both the sides, a beautiful mentor and a mentee relationship. And if you understand that, before you would not only have bettered yourself, but you take a sneak peek at your bank account and you'll be like, wow, the bank account is growing as well. What did I do? That's what this business is. So education, we put a lot of emphasis on education because we believe to have more, you have to be more. A lot of people want to have all the things under the sun, but they don't want to sacrifice. They want to stay in a comfort zone. This business is not meant for them. Unfortunately, I'll tell you offhand, because we are looking for people who have growth mindset, who wants to acquire in a certain skills, and who want to live life. All right. Or, you can just be very, very safe and sit in a corner and we'll give you the quilt, we'll give you the coffee, and you'll be all too comfortable. You might live till you're 100 years old, but what kind of a life is that? I would much rather lead an adventurous life, checkered life, full of experiences. How many of you guys are like that? Right? So that is what this is meant for. Build a case for yourself, integrity and accountability, people before profits. I think I've been reiterating about this a lot of time, and the level of ambition and why. Obviously, if you don't have a why, on a Tuesday evening, you could have seen your favorite shows on television, your favorite Netflix shows, or, you could have had a last few days. Today was a beautiful day in Toronto, a bonus day. You could have gone for a barbecue at your friend's house. You could have done so many other things, but it chose to be here. That shows that you are looking. Okay, that means you have a why. So what I'm going to actually talk to you about is the 4 ways of making money, because we follow a philosophy which was created by a gentleman called Robert Kiyosaki. How many of you guys know about Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, that is one of the all-time classics, actually one of the, okay, Adar, I see you. Wonderful, Adar. Welcome aboard. Of course, this one is a sequel to that, which is called Business in the 21st Century. Sorry, Adar, I couldn't ask you to speak because you didn't have your video on. I know you had already talked to me about it, but unfortunately, I cannot have you speak. So this is a sequel, which is called Business in the 21st Century. And according to the book, the whole world can be divided into 4, okay? Employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor, okay? An employee category is very self-explanatory. So anyone would want to explain, what do you mean by an employee, or what it is to be in the employee category? Anyone, not only new, old, medium, anyone, anybody could speak. I want some interaction. What is an employee category? Raise your hands.
That you're working for somebody else.
Thanks, Marcella.
And you have no leverage in the company.
Oh my God, absolutely. All right, somebody speaking. Thanks, Marcella. And so that is what it is. There is no leverage and you're working for somebody else, and there is a ceiling on top of your head. And the most important thing is you don't even know the industry you're in. It will be there tomorrow or not, because there are so many things, so many radical changes happening all around the world. So many disruptions going on, right? Automations are taking over. So you might think that you're specialized and you have, in fact, I was talking to my son today, and I heard that, he is a CS, computer science. He's actually specializing in computer science, which is just the only thing, in UFT is the only university which gives that. And he was saying, even in comp science, recession is going on, people are getting out of their jobs, there are layoffs happening. So, that is what the whole world has come towards. So there's a lot of uncertainty around. So being an employee is good. You praise the Lord, there's cash flow, but you must have a different, or a plan B, so to speak, like a spare tire in your car. So being an employee is not bad, but again, that there's a lot of uncertainty. And me and my husband ourselves went through 3-4 pink slips. That means, hopping from job to job. And then we realized that, there has to be some stability somewhere. Anyway, self-employed. So Marcela is not speaking this time. What is self-employed category? Anyone? Chris, Sanjeet, Gurjot. Yes, Gurjot.
Hi, Rup.
Hello.
Hi. A self-employed individual is someone who owns their own job. So they're their own boss, maybe like on a small business. This is like, reminds me of my father. He was a medical doctor, so he owned his own clinic. So he's self-employed.
Awesome. And can you just throw some lights on the pros and cons of being self-employed?
Sure. So when you're self-employed, you do have independence, which is a pro. So you can be more in charge of your schedule. But like an employee, it's still a job. So you have to be physically present. You have to always be there for the business to run. So you don't have leverage the same way with a larger business. So similar with like pink slips, as long as you can work physically, you can create an income for yourself. If anything happens to the self-employed person, they can't actively create income anymore.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gurjot. And you yourself are a business major. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you, Gurjot. So, and then the business owner, which is the big B quadrant. Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road, and this is where we understand how to leverage or compound. It's very, very highly recommended that you read the book called Compound Effect, where you'll understand the importance of compounding and leveraging. There was a gentleman called Jean-Paul Getty. Okay, all of you French-speaking people, pardon, my French. His name was Jean-Paul Getty, and he was the first billionaire in America. So he has Getty gas station and a lot of other investments. So he said, please listen in closely and take a note. I would much rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than earning 100% of my own effort. Did you guys get the drift? Because if you understood this sentence, you have understood our business. So that exactly is what we are all about, because you cannot be the magic, okay? If the whole of 100% of the cash flow is depending on you, and God forbid something happens to you, what's going to happen to the cash flow? But if your ability to perform is compounded through various people's efforts, that is exactly what you want. So they earn some and you earn some. So this is basically a camaraderie, a compound effect. So it's a win-win situation, so to speak. So what is our focus in this business? We help people who are in the E quadrant and the S quadrant, but have the mindset of a big B quadrant, but they cannot do so without, because maybe they have absence of funds, absence of wisdom, absence of holding hands. We help them move from E and S quadrant to the big B quadrant. That is exactly what our core is, and that is what we are all about. And once you, of course, start earning the money, you can invest all you want, okay? So this is basically the difference between the industrial and the information age. I was just talking about how pre-COVID, we were kind of transitioning. So basically, industrial age model is very mundane. You go to work and you're building your employer's asset, all right? And if you're buying stuff from online, from Amazon or eBay, you are paying money and you're increasing the store's asset, all right? So there is nothing for you and me there. You're just increasing the store's asset. Here, you're increasing your employee's asset. And you're just happy with the salary, okay? So salary is something, which is just like an injection. And if you get used to it, you basically get used to it, because you don't know if there is something better out there this world. And there's always this war between wages versus profits. Wages versus profits. A lot of us, we don't know what profits is all about. So we are very content with the wages. But wait till I share the information. Now in the information age model, what we are doing is building our own assets, by basically building our own customers. A lot of you guys are thinking, I have heard about this. This sounds like affiliate marketing. No, it is not. Because in our business, you own your customers. In affiliate marketing or real estate, you don't own your customers. In here, you totally own your customers. All right. So these are a few of the brands we carry. So these are our exclusive brands, because we are about health and nutrition, and beauty, and skincare. So we are number one in health, fitness, and beauty products. And of course, we have plethora of other products as well, but these are the highlights of our business. And that is why, you know, our heads are held high, because in this times, we are actually, you know, creating immunities for the communities. Okay, we are helping them. Why? Because we represent world's number one selling vitamins and dietary supplements brand called Nutrilite. Okay, so Nutrilite, as you can see here, you know, was the first ever vitamin which was concocted out of natural plant concentrates in 1934. If you want to see the brand, this is the brand. Okay, Nutrilite. This is one of our vitamins. Now, what is so special about our vitamins? As you guys can say, oh, everybody is now, you know, going to Shoppers Drug Mart and going to so many other places. There are so many Whole Foods, so many places, you know, you can buy your vitamins from. Why should I buy Nutrilite? What is so special in it? All right, let me tell you a couple of points. As you can see right here, you know, first and only global vitamin and dietary supplement brand with the USDA. What is USDA? Anyone? Anyone new? What is USDA certificate? All right, United States Department of Agriculture. So if you Google it, you would see that it is very, very difficult to achieve this certification. So USDA non-GMO, everybody knows, non-genetically modified, NSF, National Scientific Foundation certified organic product line, grown, harvested, and processed on their very own certified organic farms. Okay, now you'll be saying, oh, a lot of people say we are organic. We are certified organic. Okay, not that I'm, you know, I'm thinking any less of you. Even I didn't know about anything. So, you know, knowledge is power. Implementation of knowledge is power. So I was curious to know more. I was not that, oh, you know, I know everything about everything. You know, nowadays people go through Wikipedia, people go through Google, Yahoo, and they think they know everything about everything. You know, but, you know, both me and my husband, we are so thirsty to learn about new things every day. Okay, we are so hungry and thirsty to learn new things. And so when I didn't know about Nutrilite, I made an effort to know about Nutrilite. So Nutrilite was founded in 1934, all right? And it became a part of Amway later on when Amway came into the picture, okay? That is the name of our corporation. Now, Nutrilite, number one, why Nutrilite? Because it has got, I will just show you later, so many patents, you know, more than 400 patents attached just to Nutrilite's name, okay? Number two, they all have Nutrilock complex. So what is Nutrilock? Nutrilock is basically the natural coating which actually resists the harsh acidic pH of the stomach. Now, when you take any vitamins, what happens is when they reach the stomach, most of the properties or the nutrients are lost because of the harsh acidic pH. So what is absorbed in your system is just 30 to 40%. Rest is excreted out of the system. Now, because of the Nutrilock technology, you know, that is a coating, which is a natural coating. The nutrients are released at the right time, at which the gastric juices are secreted to digest the food. And that is why we take our vitamins right after the food. So when the food is getting digested, the vitamins are released. And that is why the utilization is 90 to 95%. Absorption rate is 90 to 95% as against any other vitamins out there in the marketplace. So it is just not what is written at the back on the label. It is how much of it is utilized and absorbed in the system. And that is where we are a superstar, okay? You can do a lot of your own research, you know, just get together with whoever has gotten you on this platform or, you know, invited you. They would tell you more, okay? And from seed to harvest, everything is controlled. Everything is controlled. So there is no time lost between picking the herb, you know, desiccating it and bottling it. So the agricultural unit and the manufacturing unit are side by side. So there is no time lost in between for the volatile properties to evaporate, okay? There is no industries around because they could be groundwater pollution through leaching. And those groundwater pollution could get into the roots, and that could get into the fruits and the herbs. And when we have vitamins from there, and if we don't know whether they're using weedicides, pesticides on the farm or the industries around, those things can cause biomagnification when it enters your system. All these things you would know, you would just trust, all right, it's organic. They're saying it's organic, but you should know, okay? So that is why I'm taking a little longer in explaining Nutrilite to you. Energy drink, energy drink is one of the biggest markets in North America. Every third person is walking around with a Red Bull or a Monster. And we are the number 2 company in terms of energy drinks, but I know there's a lot of negative connotation when we talk about energy drinks, but our energy drinks are actually good for you because it's 0 sugar and 0 carb. And energy is through a lot of adaptogenic herbs, vitamin B12, B6, niacin, and a lot of other good stuff like, Siberian ginseng, ginkgo biloba, and a lot of other things, which is actually giving you the energy in the right way. Okay. And then sports nutrition. How many of you guys are into sports on this platform? Or you're into fitness, or somebody? I think nowadays everybody would love to look after themselves because, Chris, wonderful. What do you do, Chris? Are you into, competitive sports or? Can anyone unmute Chris?
Yes, sorry, found the button. I enjoy sports. I don't have much time right now to actually play or watch, but I actually work out every day, every morning to 7 and 8 a.m. And I go for walks. And I'm very in full control of my diet, and I've actually lost over 100 pounds in the last year and a half.
Awesome. I'm so proud of you. I love overcomers, Chris. Way to go. And we have the right products for you because, you cannot trust the products outside. You don't know which products, they sneak in a little bit of steroid here, a little bit of steroid there. So we are about absolutely, non-GMO and absolutely gluten-free products and certified organic lines. So you can just rely. We have pre-workout, post-workout, we have muscle recovery, we have even better things than BCAA. I know a lot of people talk about BCAA, branch chain amino acids, but branch chain has just 6 amino acids. We have 9 amino acids. Anyway, I'm just getting into depth because you see, I'm so passionate about these things. So Body Key is basically the weight management system, what you were talking about. That'll aid you in whatever, in your weight loss journey. All right. All right. Then is our artistry, skincare, and beauty line. How many of you guys, I would love to listen from a gal now. So how many of you guys would love to look after your skin? I'm not talking about makeup because makeup is something very personal. Some people love, some people don't. But say skincare and look healthy. Okay. The skin, how would you love to look in the next 20 to 30 years from now, as young as you're looking right now? Any gal, any girl, please, I would love to listen from girls now. Mandeep. Yes, Mandeep, you would love it, right? To look as young as you look like now?
Yes.
Amazing. I know. So you've been using the products, right? You've been using the cleansers and the moisturizers. And what do you think of the products?
It's really good. I changed my skin before, like I feel like it's not this much smooth, but I feel like smooth and a little bit shining too.
Awesome. Thank you, Mandeep. Thank you for your participation. So Artistry is actually, one of the top 5 brands in the world. And as I speak, it is actually #1 according to Euromonitor survey. And you can even go to YouTube and you can search Miss America and Artistry. Okay. And there you could see that Artistry used to be the proud sponsor of Miss America pageant. All right. So that is what we are all about. So it is of that genre. It is certified organic, all right, non-comedogenic, all right, doesn't clog the pores. It is ophthalmologically tested, allergy tested. Men don't feel secluded. We have men's skincare too, all right. So and I'm told nowadays, men are more particular about their skincare because women, we want to, hop from one to another just to have a look at stuff. But I'm told that, men are more, they like something, heck, no one can make them switch their brands. All right. That is what I know. All right. Satanique is the hair care. Glister is the oral care line. So, we have everything, the consumer durables. And then the home care line. the water treatment system and the air treatment system. All right. So today everybody's concerned about clean air and clean water. All right. So our water treatment system is again NSF certified standard 42, 53, and 55B. That means it even gets rid of the cryptosporidium, the radons, the E. coli bacteria through a technology called carbon block filtration and UV ray. Okay. So it is a state-of-the-art, world's #1 rated water treatment system. And then this is our air treatment system with the only allergy and asthma certified HEPA air treatment system. Okay, I would not talk much about it because we have another meeting for that, which talks more about products. All right. The iCook, all these wonderful cookware you have in front of you, which is lifetime guarantee, made up of quantinium, with which the rockets are actually made in NASA. So with the same material. So they're sturdy, zero fat, zero moisture cooking. All right. And of course, we are affiliated with so many other retail outlets. All these stores, we can see Apple, Dell, blah, blah. All these stores are in affiliation with us, to us. Why? Because we have such a high hit rates. So we also help increase their market share. Now, the company, as I already told you, is called Amway. And these are the facts. I know a lot of you must have heard about it, obviously for obvious reasons, because it is there in the marketplace since 1959. So obviously a lot of you would have heard. I know a lot of you would have heard in a negative way or in a positive way, but let me tell you, these are the facts, because anything you've heard is an opinion, but this is a fact. And me and my husband personally involved in it and are actually doing this business full-time, have been able to walk out of our corporate careers, about 21 years back. This is a full-time, what we do. So 8.9 billion, according to 2021 global sales. 63.8 billion bonuses and incentives paid since 1959. 6 months customer satisfaction guarantee. Where on earth have you heard that? We have that. Number 43, according to Forbes, and 900 plus patents. So if you don't understand what patents mean, just write down your questions in a notepad and ask the person who's invited you. They would definitely share. So BWW is actually our coaching and mentorship partner. And this is where our system is so much different from any other network marketing systems, because we actually teach through business trainings and mentorship programs. All right. So we actually enhance the personality. We make you the right kind of a magnet. All right. So for all of you guys who are radicals, logical minded, here you go. How do you earn the money? So the whole business is based on a concept called creating your own retail equity. Okay, so how do you do that? Now, a lot of you guys are saying, what is retail equity? We have heard about equity in terms of house, in terms of owning your house, but what is retail equity? Let me explain. Now, how do we create equity on the house? Say, whatever is the down payment, that basically becomes our equity. We build an equity against the down payment. So the same thing is for our household products. Okay, all these mundane products which we have been using in our house anyways, from morning till evening, we have been using them, whether you like it or not, or whether you have a job or not, whether it's fall, winter, what have you. Now, all these products we have to go somewhere and buy, and most probably Walmart. Okay. Again, you can just say, why Walmart? I go to Sobeys, I go to Norfolk, anywhere. I'm just taking Walmart as an example. So say you go to Walmart. So what you do is you buy all the products and you give the profits to the retailers, because that is how you're making the Waltons richer, because that is how it is. They keep their profit in their own bank account. So if you buy this pen, say they bought it for 50 cents and I am buying it for $1, the 50-cent profit they keep in their own bank account. But what if I tell you that 50 cents profit, instead of giving it away to Walmart, you give that profit to yourself? I will show you a way. Would you be excited? And that's exactly why we got excited when we saw the business concept for the first time. And how does it go? We get remunerated 3 different ways. One is self-consumption. Second is retail. And third is networking with like-minded people. All right. Now, $3 is equivalent to 1 point. Now, because it's a USD, so you can just say about roughly 3.5 Canadian. All right. So $3 is 1 point. And $350 is 100 points. All right. So approximately when you do $350 worth of course, if you're in the United States, it is $300 for you. Okay. So I don't want to confuse you. So let's keep it at 300 on an average. And, Canadians, you can just, do an exchange rate for yourself. Now, so $300 creation of revenue per month, through your consumption or through retail, you create 100 points and you get 3% back. So you get back 3% of $300 back, which is $9. You get back immediately. Number two, there is a way that whatever you bought, you can create and declare an inventory out of it, and you get a 7% customer sales incentive on it, which is $22.17. All right. So 22.717 plus 9, the first month you're looking at $31.17, when you're creating a revenue of $300. And if you were to sell those products, you would also get 10% IGP, because you have the option of creating your own retail website. So that'll be your own digital shop. So people can buy directly from those shops, and everything is marked up by 10%, and that 10% becomes your immediate gross profit. So that is how you start. Next, what you do, you understand the concept and you start creating revenues. You start switching all the products, the same budget in which you would use in order to buy stuff from outside, you're utilizing to buy stuff from your own business, the same budget, nothing extra. All right. So, and in doing so, you're creating points, and points is getting back money. These are actual money. These are not Shoppers Drug Mart points. These are actually money I'm showing you. All right. So once you're okay, once you are bold, told, and sold, you start networking with like-minded people who are looking, okay? Who are looking, they understand passive income, they understand how to create a retail estate, they understand the concept, they have trust and loyalty, and that's how you start creating team of people with you. And what are they doing? They're doing the same thing as you. They're buying stuff for themselves, just switching their buying location. They're buying some and they're selling some. And how are they selling? Just sharing their testimonials. And in this example, they're sharing it with 6 people. Actually, we work in multiples of 3. So first 3, then another 3. So in this example, 6 people is 1,000 points, considering everybody's doing 150 points. Now, again, it is an example. Does it exactly have to be like this? No. All right, but it's an example. So 1,000 points is 12%, because all these points are getting added onto you. You reach 12 and you're getting $341.33. Just understand it conceptually. You don't have to worry about the nitty-gritties, because you don't have to do any calculations. Everything is automated. That's a beautiful thing. Next, the second layer is, the person who is also getting educated like you. That person would want to enhance or expand her business, and she would start speaking to her sphere of influence, and they would do the same thing. They buy some, they sell some. See, the simplicity is what makes this business so difficult to understand, but it is so simple and duplicatable. If you make anything, hard to understand, the masses will not relate to it. But why is this business number one? Is because of the simplicity, understand? And that too, we have 6 months money back guarantee on everything. And at this level, you're at 4,000 level, which is 21. And that will be 1,475.33. Part-time, guys, part-time. Okay, wakey, part-time. You're not leaving your job, leaving your studies. Next, all these people would talk to their friends and families, and you reach 25%, which is close to $3,000. And when you reach $3,000, then what happens is, you continue it for 12 months, you become a part of the profit sharing bonus circle of the company, which is another 15 to 21 grand, depending on your structure. Okay, so that means at this level, you're looking at 55 grand income in a year, and 55 grand take home was enough. Take home 55 grand. Okay, so all of you guys who are accountants or you understand taxes, you know what I'm talking about. All right, at that point, I was in a position to quit my job. Next, what you do is amazing. Once you create the momentum, your organization learns to do the same, and they also get to the same levels with their respective organizations. And then your passive income of 6% starts to kick in. That means whether you do anything or not, that 6% keeps coming out to you month after month after month and willable to the next generation. How cool is that? So when you're helping 3 such organizations, approximately 6% from one person is 1,350 per month per business. So it's a definitely a 6-figure income, much more than that. I mean, middle 6-figure income. And when you're helping 6 people achieve that, you are looking at a very, very high 6-figure income. And at that point of time, my husband decided to come back home. All right. So we've been retired ever since, happy campers. So before I end, this is one thing all of you guys need to understand, because this is a very, very important slide. Because when you enter the marketplace, the first thing people are going to tell you, hogwashes, these people are schemers, pyramid schemes, and whatnot. So you guys need to understand what is a pyramid, what is not. The reason we are still holding strong in the marketplace is because of the authenticity of our structure, which is called a multiple staircase model. And what does that entail is, say this is me, okay? And say this is Marcella, and say this is Chris, okay? Because I can see you guys right here. So say I introduce Marcella, Marcella introduces Chris. Marcella goes ahead and helps 3 people reach 6%, reach 7,500. She receives 6% from 3 different sources. Chris goes ahead and helps 6 people do the same. In this scenario, who would earn maximum? Me, Chris, or Marcella? Who would earn the maximum?
Marcella, Chris.
Yes, thank you. Chris would earn, wherein I'm in the business for 21 years, Marcella might be in the business for 2 years, and Chris might be in the business for a year. But Chris, you would outshine all of us. Why? Because it's performance-based, it's not position-based. And of course, lots of beautiful places of vacation, and so many beautiful things, guys, so many serendipities, so many beautiful things in store for you and your family. But of course, my presentation is not complete if I don't invite my better half, Sid Ganguly, on this platform. Sid?
Thanks, Ruth. That was an awesome talk. And guys, my name is Sid. And, we've been involved in this business for a little bit. And we are truly excited. And, what you saw from my wife today in the presentation, what she shared is actually how we live our lives. We saw this business a few years back, folks. We didn't have any skills. We were not leaders. We didn't have an understanding of any business. We didn't have much friends. We had no friends. And everything against us, but we had a dream. We were willing to work hard and we were willing to change. And we took life seriously. So we started the business. We're willing to learn. And we reached the 7,500 points, platinum, in a year's time. All right? In a year's time. In fact, the first month that we started, I registered 5 people. In the very first month, I was just excited. I spoke to people. Didn't know what I said, but I did speak. And then it took us 5 years to reach a level called the Emerald level, where Ruth showed if you have 3 people who go platinum, at which you can make $100,000 per annum. And then obviously in the next 8 years from starting, 8 to 9 years, we've been diamond. But what I'm essentially sharing with you guys, what me and my wife are trying to share with you guys, we are connected with a bigger team. I'm personally, Rupa, and I've been mentored by multimillionaires. I want you guys to know the business works. Whether you do it or not, that's up to you. Whether you change or not, that's completely up to you. We wanted to change. We wanted to grow. We wanted to be successful. And we did it. And we're still at it. We are constantly pursuing this business. We are developing it around the world. We have people around the world. In fact, this is just one of the few Zooms that we do across the globe. And we are excited, folks. Imagine. And every time you read the news about the economy, the World Bank came up and the IMF came up, the world economy, they've said it's going to grow 2% less. Recession's coming. This business is recession proof. People are not willing to go back to work and losing their jobs. This business you can do from wherever you are. And, finally, you can live a life with self-respect because you're earning your own income from your own business, from your own house, with very little or no investment. I mean, if this is not a dream come true, I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. And, Roop explained it, but I'm sure you got some questions. I hope you're super excited. If you're first time in this meeting or the 30th time or the 3,000th time, I hope that you're super excited, because if you're not, life's not worth living. Sit down with a person who brought you in here today. And if you're already in the business, sit down with your coach and mentor. And for heaven's sakes, take a decision. New Year's coming. I know a lot of you guys will take a New Year decision that will last till January 2nd. But take a life decision, folks. And I'm not trying to sell this at all. I'd be the happiest if you don't join this business. Truly. I'm not trying to sell this. We're just excited, folks. Just very excited with the way we live our lives, how our life has changed. And we're sharing a bit of that with you guys. So with that, I want to bring back our host. And a lot of our IBOs will go in to the next meeting, which is a training meeting where we listen to my mentors. And to say they're successful is just teasing. It's just a tease. And I get to call them friends. How many of you have millionaires you can call friends? So life's exciting. And over to you, Monica.
Thank you so much, Sid, and thank you so much, Roop, for the amazing presentation. The details that you provided, I'm sure everyone has understood very well. However, I would request the people who joined in for the first time, they were the guests, to get back to the people who invited them and get some and do a follow-up as to if they have any questions coming up. And for the rest of the people who are business owners, I would request you to proceed and join the training that we have. Thank you, everyone. You all have a great evening ahead. Stay safe.
Thank you.